right? So, first off, this is the thing. The main thing to do is to not place Nolan Wells with these boys. Nolan Wells wasn't here. Nolan left. Nolan stayed at the island. Nolan went with somebody else. We don't know where Nolan was at. We don't know where Nolan was at, okay? Because they don't want to be responsible for his death, and that's the main thing. Now, like I said, once again, I don't think that they murdered him, and the only reason why I don't, well, I never felt that internally, but now I don't think that it's because of the audio that came out. They were concerned that he was dead. They were shocked that he was dead. You could tell. Even if a fight had broken out, the fight wasn't intentional to kill him, because obviously they stopped. Obviously they said, "Oh my God, is he dead? Oh my God, check his chest. Oh my God, Nolan, don't die." So I tried to kill him, but it happened, right? Something happened, or he was whatever. It could have been drugs. He could have anything could have been the case, and he died. So we know that they didn't want him to die. They did sound concerned. Nobody was laughing. Nobody made a joke out of it, from what we can hear from the video, right? So my thing is this. Now it's like, okay, hell no, he did. What is we about to do? Because we're not supposed to be drinking. How we gonna tell his parents this? So I feel like that. Sorry about that. So that's why they did everything that they did. They ran. I mean, they hid the body. They did whatever they did. Now I don't know if they put his body back in the water. Part of me is thinking that maybe they did put his body back in the water if they saying that the decomposition was so messed up. Maybe they went close to the shore and put his body in the water. Because how did his body just wash up right back near the area of where they were? That don't make sense. Unless spirit made his body wash up right there because they knew people would search the area where he was at and his ancestors wanted his body to be found. That's the only other thing. Y'all know I'm spiritual, so that's the only other thing I could think of. Either spirit placed his body there or they put it close there. Um, so ancestors is working behind this too, and I'm gonna talk about all that as I go through it. When I say like ancestors is working, right? Spirits will utilize people to do certain things, and people don't even realize why they're doing certain things or why they feel a certain way. Or why, I don't know what made me ask him that question, or I don't know why I kept him on the phone this long, or I don't know, why I did this, why I did that. That's when spirit is working. Holy Spirit, God, Jesus, ancestors, angels, whatever y'all want to recognize that as. That's what I call spirit. That's when spirit is working. So, back to what I was saying. So they don't want to have him placed on this boat because of the maritime laws and all of that. It's laws in the air, laws on land, laws on sea. You cannot leave people behind. If someone does leave your craft, your boat craft, and get on another craft, you need to make sure that you know that they're safely on that craft. It's a lot of stuff that go on with that. So first off, they don't want to be responsible for this stuff, so they reared the body. Boom. The mom allowed no Warren to go and do the interview because while he's doing this interview, she got it in her mind like, okay, listen, you're gonna tell everything that happened that day, but Nolan was not there. And when I watched Warren interview, I didn't feel like he was lying. I just felt like he was leaving shit out, and I couldn't figure out what it is that he was leaving out. And it didn't click, never clicked to me to just think like he leaving the fact out that Nolan was actually with him. Okay, I always suspected that Nolan was with him. I never thought Nolan stayed, but I'm like, no, he telling us stuff, but he not telling us something. And then when that audio got leaked, well, not leaked, when the audio was put out from the Ceto business, they didn't even realize what they had heard in the background. This is how I tell you, spirit is working. Spirit made sure that none of these people caught this on this call because the DA allowed for that call to be put out. So if Mississippi wanted to cover this up, why would they allow the call to be put out unless they just didn't see it, didn't hear it, which means spirit was working. Like Nolan Wells, God, his ancestors, the angels, they want this to be revealed, right? So, and it was no matter what they did, everything they did, they tried to do to cover it up. Spirit made a way that something was there that could be revealed to the public that they couldn't cover up. So this is the thing. So they put the video out. Warren's mother, she did not know about that Ceto call. And if she did, she didn't know about it to the extent of that they were on the boat saying, hey, check his chest. Hey. And if she knew that they were saying those things on the boat, she didn't know that it was going on at the time of the Ceto call, which is why we can hear it in the background. And that call is real. It's on Nancy Grace, it's on the news, and it's real. It came from the opposition. It came from the white boys' side. Didn't come from Ben Crump's side. It came from their side. So they can't even pull this back and say it's AI, it's fake. They put it out. They put it out. And so none of them heard this. They didn't think to hear it. They did not think. They did not think people. Even then, they didn't know it was being said. So they couldn't even have it in their mind that people was gonna try to take this and put this through real technology and quiet things up and slow things down. They didn't know that people was gonna do that because they didn't even know what was being said because they missed it. They didn't even hear it themselves. So now that's how you know that this God wants this to get solved. God won't. They gon' justice should get served. And let me tell you something. Like I said, back to the interview. The mom let him do the interview because she thought they was gonna get away with it. She thought she really did play her judge card good. I ain't gonna cap. She played it good a little bit. And the only reason why was because at first I'm like, he dumb. Like me, I'm feeling intuition. I knew that he was leaving something out. But to the world, some people was like, okay, well, what he's saying, da da da. The call come out, okay, well, everything he said was on the call is actually what happened, da 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 da. Until they broke down the background of the call. Now it's like, okay, so Nolan was on the boat. So you told everything that happened that day except Nolan was there. That's literally the only fucking thing Warren left out of his story. Nolan was there. And he might have lied about the boat actually sinking, or the boat could have been sinking. Not sinking, but the bilge pump could have been messed up and taken on water. Okay. But that right there is what fucked their whole case up. That's what fucked the whole thing up. If the mama would have just waited until investigation was over and then let her son talk. Because y'all remember when Emmett Till passed away, um, they didn't, I mean, they got asked questions at the courthouse and stuff while the case was going on and whatever. But once they were like let off, oh, they had a field day. I'm talking about they was going around, they had a field day. But they did not have a field day in the weeks leading up to an investigation even being started. Because y'all know they wasn't trying to investigate that shit back then either. It took a minute. It took for the NAACP to get involved. It took for all of this shit like this to get involved before they actually even went and investigated the boys for Emmett Till. And they wasn't just going around doing interviews and talking to the news and saying, yeah, we did this and da 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 da. What is that? We love you, Tekka. What the fuck? What is that? I don't even know what you're talking about. um, yeah. So, yeah, that's crazy. But I just, it's just crazy because I told y'all on my last video that my grandma is from Mississippi and she had an interaction with the wife of the president of the KKK when she was just 12 years old. And this was about 1960, because she was born in 1948. So in 1960, she was 12. She said she was 12 when it happened. And she was visiting her grandma because my grandma's mother is from McComb, Mississippi, which is like 40 minutes from Ocean Springs. And I told y'all my second great grandma, her last name is Wells. I don't know. They could be related. We don't really know our Mississippi family because once they left Mississippi, they never really kept in contact with them, especially once my Wells grandma died. Once she died, they never went back down there. They owned the house, they owned the land down there, but they never went back. They just let other Mississippi family members live in it, and we just really don't know them. But it's like it's McComb, Mississippi. It's not far from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. But she had an interaction with the president of the wife of the KKK. She was at the store getting her some candy. The woman walked up to her, pushed her a little bit from the counter and said, "Move out my way, you little nigger." And my grandma, I told her, "I don't gotta move out your way, you cracker." Called her a cracker. She called her a soda cracker. I don't know what that was about in 1960 because soda cracker, I had never heard that term, but she said I called her a soda cracker. And so her grandma immediately, within the next 10 minutes, put her on a train to Chicago so that they come get her, take her from Chicago to Detroit. My Wells grandma had a brother that lived in Chicago. He had moved down from Macomb, Mississippi up to Chicago. Everybody, mostly, they all left except for my Wells grandma. She said she wasn't leaving. She owned that house. My grandma's brother bought that house for her. which is her grandson. Her grandson bought that house and that land for her, and she was not leaving till the day she died. She said nobody gonna run her up out of Mississippi. They got her fucked up, and she didn't leave. So it's just crazy because like the fact that my grandma was never allowed to go back after that. It just lets you know that was 1960. Come on now, that ain't too far. My grandma's still alive and well. Got a church, walking well, dancing, yelling good, strong voice, still slap the shit out you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just crazy. But I really hope that they just go ahead and just put this shit out and get down to the bottom of it, because obviously this is a sign from God that even God wants this shit out. Okay, and there's no way that they can ignore this, because once this stuff get out like this in the way like Nancy Grace and people in private investigators, I mean, you know, like people that are professionals even in law enforcement, and they're on these news sites and they're agreeing with, hey, this ain't right, this ain't right, this ain't right. It's only so much that they can ignore. It's on the side. I haven't been doing videos. I'm gonna go get my real setup, and when I order my new couch up at the shop, I'm gonna have it at the shop. We're gonna do podcasting and stuff, but I'm just trying to get in tune with this YouTube stuff. So I'm just trying to go a little live on like in my car and just talk a little bit on certain topics, so I can get used to this. I don't. All my subscribers was from, I did music, so a lot of my subscribers is from my music. So hopefully my subscribers from the spiritual community, from the conscious community, and from just people who just live in real reality and know what's really going on, like down to the government, down to yourself. I just, once I build that up, then I'll be able to start talking more to the people that's for that. And even though my music subscribers could have been, they could be conscious, they could be woke, they could be into, government and stuff like that, or, government conspiracies, because I like conspiracies and shit. But, yeah, and then I'll start putting some more music, because I stopped doing music for a while, but I'll start putting some more stuff up here every now and then. But we're going to start doing tarot talk and tea Tuesdays at the shop, and then I'm going to probably have it to where there'll be other people podcasting there as well, and then I'll just like kind of put it on this channel as well. So I'm going to set it up and get it all started, but for now I'm just testing y'all out. So thank y'all for coming to my live. Yeah, I see it's a few people in here. Thank y'all for coming. Cause I never did this. My last live I did, nobody was in it. I just did it and I let it upload. So yeah, I just wanted to get my points on that. That's why I thought that him Warren doing the interview was stupid. And then it made sense. Like, cause I'm like, why would his mom let him do this? And then it just made sense as to why she let him do it. But then there was a cat in the what they call it, a cat in the bag, a trick in the hat, that she or he didn't even realize that had happened, and which was that Cito call, the recording, where they didn't know that while the music was playing, it's being recorded. But you know what's so crazy? I remember back in the day, I was doing something I had no business doing, and I had to call somewhere and they had me on hold of my cousin. I'm like, shut up, don't talk. And I'm like, nigga, it's on hold. He like, shut the fuck up, don't talk. And he knew, about that, and I didn't know, and I still never asked him why. I just shut up, I didn't talk. And even when they put you on hold, they say, hold on, don't talk, because that shit's still been recorded. So hey, when he told me that, and now I see why he said that, because when you first call and they say, hold on, why you been corrected to operator, or we're finding you the next representative, whether it's T-Mobile, whether it's Metro PCS, whether it's whoever, hi, it's it's recording before they even pick up and say, hey, this is such and such, my ID number is such and it's recording you, and that's crazy. And then with the 2026, the technology we got here in Detroit, y'all, is crazy. You can't do shit. They down there got us like China, and they do it to places like Detroit because it's so much gang banging, it's so much killing, it's so much robbing, it's so much this, it's so much that. This is what they do. They have this technology. Like, okay, so these boys, they got into it in Detroit. They was arguing on the internet. They going back and forth. The one boy, he ended up going in on the other boy, like, yeah, fuck your dead ass baby, because the boy child died. He's like, that's why your baby dead. Da 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 da. He going in. So everybody like, that nigga need to calm down. He need to be careful while he doing all that. He like, yeah, and I'm outside. A nigga ain't gonna do shit. He showing his location. He doing all this. Then the next day, a day or two later, he's still going. Days, they steady going for days, arguing on the internet. He on a live in his car, like, yeah, I'm in the hood. Niggas ain't no shit. Da 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 da. Couple minutes after he get off that live, somebody pull up and kill him and his sister. So literally when that happened, like everybody like, oh my god, da 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 da, that's so bold. So then you got some people like, well, that nigga kept on trolling him. He on the internet talking crazy, saying that's why his baby dead. Da 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 da. You know, Detroit don't give a fuck. We be for what's right and for what's wrong. And if a motherfucker feel like you was wrong, they gonna say it. They don't care about your race. They don't care about none of that. It's been, like I told you, it's been situations where teams been on boats at the Detroit River, and they come back and one person missing, and they talking about he drowned and he fell off the boat and they couldn't get him. He was in the water, and they literally, the entire city was like, nah, y'all need to find out if them niggas really telling the truth or if they pushed him in that water. And all these boys was black, and the whole entire black community was on them niggas' ass. Just how we on these niggas' ass about Nolan Wells right now. So what's one thing about the black community? We don't care who you is. We talk shit about our own people because if you went and raped that little girl, we don't want nothing to do with you. If you went and murdered and murdered them kids and shot that school, we don't want shit to do with you. As a black community, we want your ass in jail too. Or better yet, we want you street justice. Because we prefer street justice. Because right now, with Nolan Wells' case, I feel like street justice is well deserved. And if that was Detroit, street justice would have been served. That was July 4th. He came on missing. July 6th, when his body got found, and nobody had answers for the first 3 days. By July 14th, it would have been some candle lights. Okay, so I don't know. Now, if Nolan got some cousins from the D, them niggas probably gang bang. They need to slide down Ocean Springs real quick. I don't know, cause I don't know. I ain't gonna cap. It ain't shit to slide down to Ocean Springs and back to the D and nobody never know about it. That's all I'm saying. But back to the boy who got shot up. He got shot up, and the technology that we have here, they literally know who did it. They said they could tell who did it right then and there. Like they seen the nigga, even if you on foot, down there every street light pole. Let me show y'all. I'm about to walk to the corner. I'll show y'all how I look here in Detroit. Every street light pole got a motherfucking camera on it if you can't tell. I'm about to show you. I'm in East Point right now, not in Detroit, but so y'all see how these street light poles? And they're not far from each other. They're not far from each other. So here's where you got one street light pole, right? And there's another one, and then there's another one. And it's literally the next street. Here. There's another one. So this is one block, that's the next block, and then that's another block. So in between this block and that block is a pole. It's right here in the middle. This is the pole, and then it's this next block over. So that's the next block over. And it's a pole in the middle. So for every block, it's 2 poles. Boom, boom. So if I come shoot somebody up in the car right here, and I run down this corner, down the street, these poles done caught me. Nigga probably ain't have on a fucking mask or nothing, you hear me? And so they already had said that within like the first couple of days that they had already had ideas of who the suspect was. They seen him flee on foot. They seen what car he got in. Then as he get in the car, every fucking street light pole that he passing on, every fucking street he on, in the corners and the street lights and shit is just catching his car and his license plate. So that's just really what it would have been here. Yeah, they be finding shit. They ain't gonna play with your ass in Detroit. They don't catch your ass white or black, Mexican, Asian. They don't give a fuck, and they ain't hiding shit for no race. Not in Detroit, not in Wayne County, should I say. Now your ass go up there in fucking the hick town, fucking where it ain't no fucking street lights and no stop signs and no traffic lights, and there's one high school, one middle school, one elementary school, one grocery store, one police station. You go to a town like that in Michigan, hell yeah, your ass bound to get hung. You better get your dumb ass back. You better get your dumb ass back to the city. That's the only thing. That's the only thing about up here. Wayne County and Wayne County is big as fuck. There's a lot of cities in one county. Them counties they be having out there in down south be small to me because Wayne County is consists of a lot of cities and the cities ain't little. And it's a whole lot. And I'm in East Point. I'm literally like 10 blocks from Detroit. I'm in Macomb County. This become Macomb County. Macomb County, it's some little prejudiced motherfuckers out here, but the police don't give a fuck. White, black, Hispanic, they're going to lock your ass up, investigate. They're gonna put your ass on TV. You gonna be white and all, talking about you how you ate the bodies of the babies and slaughtered them. They're gonna have your ass on TV. They're gonna prosecute your ass and you're gonna get 100 years. That's why I'd rather be in the north. But I'm gonna get off here because I tried to really make the video about the topic. I'll get back on here just to talk, just in general, another time though. So if y'all haven't subscribed, subscribe and let me know in the comments if y'all do want me to get on here and talk. Cause I don't know what type of topics y'all want to talk about, what y'all want to hear. If y'all want me to get on here and do some uh, pendulum questions about things that's going on in the world, get answers from the pendulum. This is my pendulum right here. And I'll just ask things about stuff that's going on and get a yes or no with it. And so I can do that. But, that's why it's moving like that. I say, why is it moving? I had to. But yeah, this pendulum. I wonder if spirit want to work for y'all. I'm gonna ask it to give me a yes and a no in front of y'all. Show me yes. Yes, we'll go back and forth from me to you. Stabilize. Let me see. Give me a no. Show me no. It will go left or right. I'm not moving either. Just so y'all know, this hand could move, but I can't move this hand because I got it like pressed down in here so that it's very stiff. So I can't move it. But yeah, so that's usually how I do it. And when it's yes, it'll go forward like this, and when it's no, it'll go. It's supposed to go side by side like that. If I would have just let it kept swinging, it would eventually picked up and start going back and forth. But I'm not. I'll get permission from spirit before I get on here and ask questions. So if y'all want me to get on here with the pendulum and ask questions about the Nolan Wells case, I can do that. I'll just ask yes and no. Like, was this? Did this happen? Did this happen? Did this happen? And I'm not saying that you could take my pendulum as fucking. I do trust spirit. This thing ain't never led me wrong. I already used this for Nolan Wells case long ago. So, and sometimes some things it was saying yes to, and I was like, why is it saying yes to that? And there's no indication of that, but now indication of it have come out. So that's why I do. I'm like, okay, okay, and I just want to let y'all know that spirit said KD don't have nothing to do with it. Like she does not have nothing to do with it. Now that I will say out loud that I received from this pendulum because I don't like the fact that they doing that, and that you could tell that Katie don't have nothing to do with it because the fact they keep saying that girl Katie, like they're so irritated with her because they mad because the fall didn't go on her, and it keeps pointing back to them because they thought when they said Katie that it was gonna go to Katie and nobody was gonna ever fuck with them again, but no, Katie's actually cooperating with law enforcement. Katie is keeping in touch with Nolan's family and everything. You niggas is not. You niggas didn't even come to the fucking funeral. And then they talking about some, I didn't go to the funeral because I've been getting death threats. I don't give a fuck. My homeboy Tizzle passed away, and my homeboys was getting death threats, and them niggas still came to the funeral. They came with fucking guns that you could see. Some of them rap. They came with security. They still came to the funeral though, strapped up with security because they are artists and they're big artists. They're signed to labels, and they have the right to do that. When people want to accuse them of, or they think they have something to do with it, hey, I know I don't got nothing to do with my man's murder. But at the same time, y'all not about to have me feeling like I can't go to his funeral because if I don't come, it's gonna make me look like I got something to do with it, and I'ma feel fucked up if I don't go to my man's funeral because I gotta be here. This my bro. So I got something for you. I'm coming in that bitch with security, with my security that be with me every day as an artist anyway, in the hood, at the businesses, on the road. Coming in that bitch with guns. And we about to come view this body, and I'm about to enjoy this funeral, and then I'm gonna get the fuck on. And that's what happened, and ain't a nigga get touched, because who the fuck about to really just go down at a funeral, just kill you at a funeral? Not in Ocean Springs, in Detroit yet. Not in Ocean Springs. Like, come on now. So it just don't make sense. I done seen plenty of my friend passed away, and we all felt like her homegirl um knew how she died, and the girl swore she didn't. We all was mad. The girl had her family like, bet nobody touched my sister, and da 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 da, and they all mad. She all scared. She thinking that people gonna jump her, people gonna fight her. Like, we feel that you know what happened. We feel that you hiding it from us because we know that it will be gross negligence, and you will go to jail for that. But you don't. You want to act like you don't know and keep saying all this. So we gotta wait for an autopsy. So we can't even beat your ass at the autopsy come back anyway because we beat your ass and then you really didn't do shit. Like, we not that dumb. We gonna wait until we find out if you did it or not. Long story short, she still came to the funeral though, because in her mind, I didn't do nothing wrong. And it's gonna kill me if I don't come to this funeral because that was my everyday friend. That was my homegirl. We hung out every single day. We did everything together. I slept at her house. Our kids played together. We pick each other kids up from school. I'm not about to let y'all tell me because y'all think I did something to her, I'm not coming to her funeral. She still came. And we still think she did something. But the thing is, that's not an excuse why you didn't go to Nolan West's funeral. Boy, them boys were about to do shit to you. And I know you did think the citizens of the United States was going to be waiting outside of Nolan West's funeral trying to kill y'all. Y'all is lying. Y'all didn't go because y'all guilty. Y'all didn't go because y'all feel bad. Y'all didn't go because y'all couldn't. You couldn't go. How could you go? I couldn't go. If I knew that my friend passed away and I didn't want her family to find out, so we threw her body off the boat and said we just gonna say we don't know she came up missing, and then let them find if she pop up, she pop up. We just gonna say we didn't know she went with some niggas. Cause that's some shit some females are saying in Detroit. We don't know she left with some niggas. Bitches be leaving with niggas. They do. So it's very believable if you tell somebody that they left with some niggas. Just how they talking about, it's very believable that somebody could have rolled in with somebody else and left with somebody else. It's very believable that a bitch will hop out your car after the club, drunk as hell, I'm about to go with him, and leave. Luckily, we be knowing the niggas, but all I'm saying is, like, we know that she deal with him. We know that she sleep with him, and that's her boo. But at the same time, this is things that happen. The same thing they said. It's very, very well so that could have happened. And I go to Belle Isle. That's across the river. You gotta take a bitch to get to that motherfucker, or a boat. And you be at Belle Isle and everybody on the strip. And you like, y'all go back, I'm gonna ride back with such and such and them. Boom, we all trust each other. So that could be very well the case. But the thing is, y'all niggas lied. That nigga rode back with y'all. That nigga did not stay with no motherfucking Katie. That nigga rode back with y'all, okay? And y'all lied about it. And that's really the only thing that y'all lying about is that he actually rode back with y'all and he was dead on the ride back, and that y'all got rid of the body. Like, that's literally Nolan's presence is what you guys are lying about. Y'all want to tell everything but the fact that Nolan was with y'all. That's just like you telling your boyfriend about the night you had, but you never telling him y'all was at no nigga's house. You talking about everything Keisha did, everything such did, all this, but you telling the whole story, but you not mentioning none of the 6 niggas that's there with you and your 5 other girlfriends. As soon as your boyfriend found out there was 6 niggas there, he mad as hell. You left that out though. You done told the whole story. But then imagine this: you and your homegirl was 6 niggas, 6 of y'all was 6 niggas, y'all cheating on y'all boyfriends, and y'all get drunk and one of the boys slap your friend, black her eye. Now you trying to figure out how you about to explain to your boyfriend how her eye got black and it was 6 of y'all hanging out, getting in the pool, hanging out at the pool, and y'all coming up with all these lies. That shit not gonna work because she gonna be mad. She gonna want to tell her fucking cousins or her brothers that that nigga hit her in her eye, and somehow, some way, some shit gonna get started, and it's gonna end up getting back that y'all was there. So you done told this nigga, I'm like, wait, so you told me it was all y'all. You never mentioned there was no niggas there. So a nigga did that to her. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of them situations. Like you want to tell the whole story, but you just leaving out the fact that this nigga was there because you know your boyfriend is not buying the fact that you went to a pool party with some niggas. You would make it seem like it's an all girl pool party. Well, no niggas there. Nolan wasn't there. When y'all didn't say it was a girl on the boat either. Where the fuck she come from?